Hey YouTube, I'm back at you guys. I'm about to drop the Lightsworn deck profile for the June 2020 format. The ban list didn't change at all, so we could just get right into it. The deck didn't really change too much, and it should stay this way up until the next ban list. So without further ado, I'd like to just get straight to it. So, as before, still playing 3 Judgment Dragon. It's the boss monster of the deck. We play many Lightsworns, and it's so easily accessible. Pay 1,000, blow up the field, it summons itself for free. No real reason to explain that. Lumina, we want to see this as much as possible. I love getting this in turn 1 hand with Raiden, because then you're kind of able to go off if you have a solar recharge or charge of the Light Brigade. More than likely you're going to hit any other Lightsworn, if not another Lumina, and then you could really plus off the mills. Raiden, aside from Lumina, this is the best Lightsworn for the main deck. The fact that it's a tuner has so much synergy now with the whole Hack-O-Fibrax plays. Not to mention, it's perfect for rank 4s. It can easily go into Michael. This card all around is just so good, and the fact that you could just mill 2 main phase and then 2 in the end phase, which you probably never will do because you'll probably link it off or anything, but it's just such a versatile card. Also, in my Shadow deck profile, this, unlike the other Lightsworn that pitches, this will activate the Shadow effects if you choose to play Shadows. 3 Wolf, this is mandatory. It's so easy to go into rank 4 plays with this when you get free special summons. This deck, I always like to go for a rank 4 orientation, and this deck is no different, and this just helps those plays go along. Same thing with Felice. The only thing that's different about Felice is she can only be special summoned due to being milled by a monster effect. So don't let nobody cheat you if they're playing Lightsworns and they try to drop it off of a charge or a solar recharge and summon it. Really good card, as well as it's a tuner. 1 Minerva Baby. Her first effect is never ever going to go off to get yourself a dragon. But the fact that she's a level 3 or lower tuner can be summoned by Needle Fiber, and the extra mill always helps. 1 Garoth. I like this card because just in case your hand is bricky and sucks and you're able to land on this and Illumina as an end phase, which is terrible, you might be able to draw into a hand trap. 1 Lila for back row destruction and another name. Play the Clown package. The first effect of this is pretty good. You can stop the battle damage, I believe. But mostly I just use this when it's milled to banish it to get the Hat Tricker to my hand. We'll go over that in a second. Play 2 Trick Clowns. Once again, just another rank 4. Yeah, you pay 1,000, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna use it to Link Summon or Igzy Summon. So it's always good. Once again, just more level 4 fodder, and you're able to banish the useless Trick Clown once it's been used in the graveyard and not damage your Lightsworn count. So I like these. Seeing as Glow a Bulb is banned, which sucks, now we play 3 of the 10 Yi Spirit Adhara, and this is how we get to our Naturia Beast. Once again, it's just and also a free special summon. You summon this, you summon Lumina, try to pitch if there's anything in the grave, and you get ashed. You're still able to go into Hack-O-Fibrax and make some combo. Now going into the spells, it's 30 monsters by the way and 12 spells, 42 card deck. Charge of the Light Brigade. There's no real need to explain this. This is probably the best card in the whole deck. It just makes the deck run. If you open 2 of these, you probably won. 3 Solar Recharge. At times, if it's a grind game, this is not something you really want to see unless you have a Dead Wolf or Felice in hand, but regardless of the fact that it could be bricky, if this is in your opening hand with any garbage Lightsworn that you don't want to see, it changes the whole duel more than likely. The 1-ofs, Foolish Burial, get anything you need to the grave, obviously. 1 instant fusion, so we're able to get to our Mud Dragon play and go into Naturia Beast that way. 1 Reinforcements of the Army. Your targets are Raiden, which is always a good card to get, and if not, if your Raidens are out, you still have the Garrow, so you can get that. 1 Reincarnation, just to get anything that you want back to your hand. 1 Monster Reborn, just in case you get a hand trap, get their Ash back to your field, go into Hack-5-Rax. And I wanted this to be a Twin Twister to also get things out of my hand that I don't need, but if you mill Twin Twister, it does nothing for you. If you mill this, you're able to pop a card on the next turn after it's milled. So I believe that's better. Alright, that's the main deck. Now going into the extra deck, starting off with the Link monsters. Obviously Hack-5-Rax, this card's broken. It's you don't abuse it as much in this build, but it's still fun to splash this into any deck and it works good. Sorry for the proxies. Can't afford this yet, and just haven't been around to get in this card yet. These two are good just to push for OTK. The deck can do that on its own because of how much it spams the field, but it's good to be able to go into this if you just got a couple weaklings or special summons from mills and the levels don't match up. It's good to go into the Boral Sword. This is good for the negates, obviously. The Naturia Beast just to lock the opponent out, as well as this mills, so it's like there's no reason you shouldn't be playing this card in Lightsworns. Don't really go into tagging out for Needle Fiber, but just in case you do, I like the idea of a big defense to hold me over, as well as drop card from the opponent's hand. You don't really want to be hand looping that much around the format now. Michael, level 7, this is always broken. This is always a good card to go into. The last proxy, sorry guys, still waiting to get this card. I believe this is going to be in the Megatins, not sure though. Card's really good, really broken card. Dante, just to get the mills off with level 3s, because we play him. My favorite card, as you can see. Minerva, I love this card. Makes the opponent not want to get rid of it, but they gotta get rid of it, and then you could possibly draw or pop cards. It's really broken. Abyss Dweller, because we play so many rank 4s, and this is definitely one of the ones that could really lock an opponent out and win the duel. This, just for recursion of all your JDs, and the Trick Clowns. No, not the Trick Clowns, the Hat Trigger. I like to get the Hat Trigger back to the deck, and it's a free special summon. More back row destruction, just because this deck could really easily lose to back row. To steal monsters. I might switch this out for Vermilion Mech Dragon. And 1 Mud Dragon to change its attribute to Earth and go into Nat Beast. And that's the profile, guys.